So welcome back to Rare Talks. So we're interviewing the one and only.
Man, like Fend.
Okay, wow, I was going to introduce you and you done
No,
it
go on,
yourself.
do that. Come on.
I'm trying to introduce you and you just done it yourself. So yeah, we're interviewing Fend today. We're doing a lot of this series is all about Tulsa. Everyone from Tulsa, their stories. Everyone's got stories, but the Tulsa stories are legendary. So I'm going to bring them to light for you people to see the legends at work. So first of all, we got Fend.
Come on, we're here, man.
So Fend, how did we meet? What was your first interaction with me?
Probably what, Fend Stanton? Primary. Primary
Fend
school.
Stanton.
For those that don't know, Fend
Stanton.
Stanton was a primary school in Tulsa in High Trees. Bruv, this guy was crazy in school, fam.
No, I was normal.
Wait, I don't even know if I like them man that were chasing teachers and that, fam. I swear down. In primary school.
I don't remember that.
Huh?
That Georgina teacher. The reason why I stabbed her. No, the reason why I stabbed. No. There's a reason behind it. Because she was bullying me for months, and I told the teacher to allow me. She took my hat that day. Bruv. That's the reason why I chased her with a knife.
That's how I met him, fam. He was infamous in primary school. I can't even lie.
I remember you because you used to support Arsenal, and basically we used to have Arsenal versus Manchester United. And I remember you was always on the upside. You was always on the Arsenal.
Bro.
Arsenal. That's why I know you're Arsenal.
Hey, fam. And when we used to do this Arsenal thing against Man United in primary school, fam.
Man United
our
used
team
to win.
used to slap you.
Who? With who? Who was on your team though?
Man had your cousin Ashley.
Ashley was dead.
Who else was an Arsenal fan? You had, who did you man have? Samuel. You had Tall Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel was my guy.
Yeah. You had Simi.
Simi, man, like I say Simi recently.
Who else did
you know Simi's a football coach.
Don't lie.
Yeah, man, he's doing well. I see him the other day.
Simi's old school still.
Yeah, Simi,
that's my guy still.
Simi's a good guy still.
I think, do you know what, yeah? I don't even want to be here, but I think one time me and him had a little fight in primary school. And then you was encouraging it. Yeah, smack him up.
That was because of football.
And I had to wrap him up.
That was football. Because I
Big
said...
up Simi though, my guy still.
Now, because we used to have the grass where everyone used to fight. You remember that grass?
Yeah.
I told you, when it came to Arsenal versus Man United, I'm passionate about my team.
Bro.
These are the times that Eric Cantona, bro.
And you man had the White York, Andy Cole.
Yeah.
But remember, we had Ian Wright, fam. We had Ian Wright. You get me? Like,
Ian Wright's
we're legendary. You get me? We had Ian Wright, Dennis Bergkamp. It's them days there, yeah, still. Arsenal, man. So that's how I remember you still, yeah.
Primary school times.
Yeah, Fend Stanton, man.
And then we grew older, and then I remember us playing football once against you lot. I never forget this. Don't
Come
ask
on,
me
my team was the best. High Cheese, bro.
No, he wasn't the best.
High Cheese was the best.
Allow it.
Hey, blood, I used to bang them. I was even telling him the other day.
I'm saying to the camera, he wasn't. Their team was not the best.
Every game I used to slap them.
They had Gregory. Greg's is sick.
And I trained all these men, fam.
Greg's was sick.
I trained all these men.
We came to you lot's. Remember, we came to you lot's part of the hood.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't even allowed to hire trees. My mum said you're not allowed to hire trees. Why she said that to me? Now I understand why she said that to me. Now I'm older. She said, "Don't go high trees."
Yeah.
And I went high trees. We played that football match on that grass where your house used to be.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that
top
grass
it had like a hill on it.
The little hill grass where the ball keeps flying down.
Now there's got a little park.
You had Opera as well. So you had Opera, and Opera was older.
Listen, man had the sick team. Yeah, do you know what we used to do? We used to go around. We would go around to like Fat T and that Spirit, and that's how man met Maker and that as well. And then they had Stuart. That's what he was called, Stuart. But he was a baller at the time. You get me? So we go around and they were called the Predators. We was called Mascul Claws or something like that.
Yeah, Mascul Claws.
Yeah, Mascul Tigers or something like that. And then one day man went round to your bits. And he had all the ballers, innit? You had all the ballers around your bits.
How did going from football go into road? How did that transition happen to you?
Up in, like you said, like in High Trees and that. Like, bro, man lived in the centre of High Trees, bro. Like, it was a dead end, and then all the older lot in it, they used to just chill on the block in it, like Short Man, Smacker, Mass, fucking.
They used to chill on your bits.
Yeah, they used to all just chill outside, innit? Like right outside the front of my bit. So man, they would be like Obs and that, because Obs lived on my landing and that. Big up man like Obs, and he'll be like, yeah, them man they lick it, innit? And I'm like, what's that and that? He's like, yeah, them man they licking banks, You get me? And I see that in big whips and that, like convertibles, R6s, R1s. So obviously, growing up straight away, man was like, raw, like kind of enticed by that, innit? And then man was showing, man, raw, don't have it, innit? Like anyone tries it with you, don't have it. So man was just going around just on some crud thing, kind of like fighting bare people, blood. And then what happened one day, we linked up with you, because me and Juice and that, we never used to get along and that, innit?
I remember I squashed that kind of beef.
Yeah, you remember?
Because I said, bruv, we all need to be one. Because I don't know what you lot had some dumb beef.
Yeah, some mad pass.
Some dumb little stupid beef.
That was when man was like I was probably about 9, 10.
Because I was trying to link up the whole hood.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you lot need to...
Yeah, I remember
like,
you was
I'm not
neutral.
linking with him, I'll fight him. He tried to do this to me.
Yeah, because them man used to come round, especially his little brother, them man used to come round to my bit. They would do madness. Then my ones will come round there, like little White David and all these man, they will come round and do their thing and throw fireworks. So one day them man come round, bury them, you get me? I'm like, raw, they moved to man, whatnot, you get me? And then, like you said, that man all linked up, and I was like, raw, squash that. Obs come out, he was like, raw, what man, rushing man, da 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 da. In the end, we all linked up, then man met there. Because there lived like, kind of, you know where they live, innit? Their man's block, innit? So man just seeing this guy walking around, yeah, and he's just bad, fam. But he's just talking to bare chicks. All the girls that I liked in the hood, fam. He was talking to them, fam. I was like, this guy's annoying, fam. I don't like this guy, you know. Do you know my man? I don't even want to bait out man's name. You get me? But yeah, and then man met there, and then you and there were cool because you lot went to the same secondary school, innit?
Yeah.
So you man was going to the same secondary school now. Then you, like you said, you lot was like, we're all from the same area. Can't we just link up, innit? And then it was it was DSK, you get me? And then that was it. Road Life started from there, bro. That's literally where Road Life started from, man. You get me?
Tell me some of the maddest things that happened when you was doing this Road Life stuff.
It was Country Show, innit? We remember we went Country Show, innit?
Okay, yeah.
Those that don't know, Country Show was an event in Brockwell Park, innit? They used to have every year, innit? Like summertime and that. And like obviously every ends would be there, like turning up gangs, like, you know, like just squadded and that, innit? Like, it weren't for the faint-hearted, innit? Like, Country Show weren't for the faint-hearted. So, obviously, we was linked up with a lot from Gypsy Hill. Juice used to live in Gypsy Hill, like his mum used to live in Gypsy Hill. That link was just, like, solidified. I went Kingsdale, so I knew a lot of man down there. And a lot of the olders knew man from Gypsy Hill, so it was just, like, solidified. So we went down there, squadded up. I don't know what happened. I can't even remember, yeah. Something's kicked off in, like, because it's like a fun fair thing. And the man, we just started, like, just licking everything, fam. Flying over. You know, the teddy machine and that, where the machine, sorry, where they sell the teddies and that, and they do the what's the thing? Where you know when you got the, I don't even know where it is. You know when you got the duck thing and that, you got to win the prizes and that. The man was jumping over that. The man was jumping over the donut, the candy floss machine, and then them man are pikeys in there, and they're not having it in Country Show, whatnot. So anyway, we was just on rage that day. Can't I just start just running up on all the shops and that? And we went on a rampage from Tulsa, through West Norwood, up to Gypsy Hill, like literally on foot, squadded.
That was mad.
You get me? Next minute now, we've reached Gypsy Hill. We've done madness, innit? Bare shops. Just every shop that was on the strip, innit? So those that know, like if you walk that straight, it's a straight road. Like, you get me? What route is that? That's like the what? Is it the 432 route, innit?
322.
No, it's the 432 route. Going up to like Central Hill and that. Remember, we went all the way up to Central Hill.
Yeah, but we took the back routes though.
Oh, you're right, you know, because we went to the show and that as well, near the show and that, the pub.
We had to cut.
That's where it went wrong. So you're right now, because when we went that way, so anyway, we robbed all the shops, whatever, now, the man and whatever, and then boom, now we got to this pub now, and then there was one done and that, and then obviously we were with a few young ones and that from the area. I was like, yeah, my man tried it with so-and-so. Man's like, what? So I've gone up to the youth, like, right, next time when you see my man, but I'm just G-checking him, innit? Next minute, the Don's man's with, like, all the what? Look, who's that? What? Boom, 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 boom. Man's fault. Remember, we was with Danny in that, man. Remember Danny in that? Danny was another one. He's another guy that helped introduce man into the road. I forgot to kind of talk about that guy. He's a crook.
Because Danny, I swear Danny's the one that kind of made everyone kind of start smoking.
Yeah, he made man start smoking.
He was smoking from like
13, 12, bro.
Yeah, he was smoking cigarettes.
Because his brother died.
How did his brother die again?
I think he had a bike accident still. You get me? In Norwood. I think it was in Norwood still.
Okay, yeah.
Well, God bless his brother. And his brother was a top guy in the area, innit? Money man, everything. So, obviously Danny was with man. So Danny's there instigating the thing, whatnot. Cut a long story short, the youth's got wrapped up. He's called Feds. But the youth knows me, innit? Because the youth lives in the hill. Remember, the youths that said, yeah, this youth bullied. It was basically, man's with Gregory, innit? So Gregory's gone, raw, my man try to lift up Josh. Like, you get me? So what? You can't violate Greggs and Josh like that. You get me? They're my guys. Like, boom. So man's violated them time there. All the man was just rushed to you, innit? This shoot knows man personally, so they've called the feds.
He snitched.
Bro, man just see, bruv. Remember, we're licking all the shops, innit? So the feds have got the calls, innit? Bro, the big vans, fam. You know what they call TSGs, bro?
TSGs.
Like 4 or 5 of them, like it's a riot. Man's, and then boom, so all the men start remember, man's with Weeps, big up man like Weeps, you know, Weeps is a G. Weeps is gone, them man the athletes, you know, remember from young, Weeps is an athletic, you get me? So he just try, it's just like I just see Weeps in front of everyone, gone. I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna like match that speed, you get me? So I said, Greg, come again, and bust up. This is why I remember the 4-3-2. We started the 4-3-2 to go back to the hill. Through boy, the next fed fan behind, man, and then Danny, he's ran. The feds kicked him over, some CIDs. And then his hats flew off. So he's rolling down the hill, they've bagged him. So I'm like, shit. Greg is like, right, his hat's in the road, man. He likes that hat. So I've picked up his hat like a madman. And when I've picked up his hat, they've gone, rah, you're connected, you get me? Boom, what are you doing? Like, you was with all these guys. I'm like, nah, man, like, don't know these guys, you get me? They're like, nah. Next minute, man, got grabbed in that, innit? So that was one of the maddest.
Because Notorious, where you lived was like the notorious part of Tulsa.
Come on.
In High Trees, that was like the heart of High Trees.
It was still.
My school close is the heart.
Yeah.
And I never forget that, because when we always used to link, you know what man used to say?
Mm.
Because these are not the fines of social media times. This is like when we used to have them little blower phones.
Yeah, remember like 30
I'd say, yeah, let's all go to Fenn's house.
Come
and
on.
then we'd all go to your house, and that was the link up spot.
Yeah.
Everyone on the hill would go to Fenn's.
Come
That's
on,
why we
Fenn's
knew.
block.
Yeah, let's go Fenn's
that
block.
was,
Let's chill at Fenn's
that block was named after, for real. Let's go Fenn's block.
Yeah.
And the block was connected. So like, second floor man lived there, Obs lived there, Dre lived upstairs.
Yeah.
And then Bob and Josh lived there, Gregory lived upstairs. You get me? So yeah, man, that was the hotspot still. Like, and like you said, when man was growing up, man was seeing all short man, all them man there down there still. You get me?
You also was one of the first people. How did you get your house as well when you was younger? Because you was
on my flat.
Yeah, because you was the first guy I knew from the hens to get. I remember we was proper young and you had a house. What age did you get your house? What age did you get your house?
16. Yeah, I got my yard at 16. So obviously, due to like certain circumstances and that the council and that were on my family whatnot, so they try to send man some eviction thing. You get me? Boom. Oh, you lot gotta go whatnot. So we just moved to my auntie's. Cause my auntie, remember my auntie was in West Norwood, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we just moved straight there. Then I was linked up with connections. And like we don't even have, like, even me and Trex was talking about things like that the other day, like, raw, the youths them don't really have that no more. So there was a service called Connections.
Connections is in Brixton.
Yeah, I got it from Yacht because I was on probation, obviously, from all the madness man's doing when man's growing up, the CS gas. They grabbed my
Basically, this guy, I used to go France. I shouldn't even be saying this.
I know, blood.
This might incriminate me, but I'm still going to say it. I used to go France and I used to get CS gas and knives for the mandem. Why?
Make sure that.
Just because I just used to get CS gas and knives for the mandem.
Yeah.
I used to get knives for the trials as well. I used to
ornaments.
The trials. And I got you gas, and then I said to him, who was in McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened. It was something to do with some youth
Bam.
snitched on me or something.
Some youth violated him. Like Ray went to his school was certified. Like your school was a good school.
Yeah, I went to a good school.
There was bare road, man. Don't get twisted, but his school was 30. So man tried to violate his thing, and you see, Ray comes from a good place. Like, so you see, when man's trying to jeopardize his school thing, like, man's parents are getting onto him. So he can't do nothing to the youth. So, but remember, you got the man them. It's vice versa. I'm at school, the man are like, you got beef? Man will come down there. Same with Juice and the man's school. That's how he was. So, Ray's like, bro, this youth violated me. He worked at McDonald's. And I started G-checking the youth and that. Come outside. But I'm like 14, bro. Got the gas ready to, like, do a mazza. Like, you get me? Man's gassed. Like, man is gassed with the gas.
That was really
then,
what it was.
wait, bro, CID's coming, Red's like, pass me the gas, pa. I'm like, fuck that, man. Let's just see what they're saying. Next minute, R.I.P. Manor, we was with Manor as well.
Yeah, Manor.
God bless Manor, man. You get me? Like, God bless your soul, brother. And yeah, man. And then they grabbed man, fam. And then man got nicked. That was my first ever time I got arrested. I think, I can't even lie, bro. That time I was happy to get arrested because all the man got arrested and I didn't. And you know what? This is what I'm trying to say. It sounds fucked. I swear down, it sounds fucked. But I'm in the cell because I'm playing wrestling with the Ross Club Blue thing. You get me? See, after the third time man got arrested, I wanted to cry, fam. I wanted to cry, fam. Literally, when I saw my dad walked out the station one time, he said, nah, my mum walked, nah, and then I'm in there at that age. You need it, like, I had to get all this in the ends to bail me out, fam.
Yeah, that was mad.
So yeah, man.
What made you think this road life was just not correct? What age did you start to see it was all not? It was just all fake.
Like you said, when I started like kind of moving off the ends, you know what it is, yeah, because like you said, like I got my hostel. Where did they move me first? I think Fulton Heath, innit? So obviously at that time now it's like, raw, the hill's my home, innit? But I got to step around, innit? So I'm like, raw, part of the road life is like, man grew up beefing bare ends or having passes with bare different people, even people from my own ends that I like class as the other side or whatever. So man's like, raw, like especially when I moved to Kenneton, I'm seeing bare fuckeries like man trying to run up in man's yard. You get me doing full shit, you get me like, and then I'm like, raw, who's really around me? You know what I mean? There, seeing my friends go in jail, you get me getting birded and that, like Danny, there, you get me, even you done your little stretch and that, fam, man's coming to visit my guy. I'm like, shit, that's waking me up. Them man like wake me up, like raw, and then I'm out, I got my freedom, and I'm doing, and then I started doing certain things like raw, music. Another thing, like man found music and man's like, fuck the road, bro, bare man are snaky. When my guy's in jail, man them would just answer me, how is man? They're not even going to check man's mum or calling man's brother and saying, raw, how directly they're coming to me, oh, you went to visit man, raw, who's in there? Who did you see? You get me? That's when I started waking up, fam. You know what I mean there? And then just seeing the oldest guy in jail, like everyone, fam, like seeing family members go in jail, I said, fuck this, man, this is long. And then another thing, having guidance from my dad, innit? He taught man to get a trade, innit, from young. So he's like, rah, get a trade. So I was always like working, seeing different type of yards. Like, rah, I'm inspired still, you get me? Like, man needs to live like this because where we grew was dusty, bro. You get me?
Do you think a lot of people on the ends never had father figures?
Bro, most of the ends, bro. Most of the man them in the ends didn't have a father figure still. You get me? And that's the hard thing still. That's sad. Like even when my pups will come to the ends, it's like man them be like, raw, fam, man, I rate your pups on that. Because they see that my pups was checking for man. You know what I mean? There,
Yeah,
like,
I remember you used to say, yeah, I'm going. I'm like,
yeah, come, and I will bring them on. Come and go for a still on that, or and then man them will roll. Cause remember, man don't want to roll out the ends by myself. Come and go, or my dad will pull up. We're kicking ball in the cage and that. And he just thought, rah, give my money. Even Tara, big up Tara, she's like, rah, I remember your dad used to buy me chocolates and you get me? So that I think having a father figure did help man a bit as well, innit? You get me?
So you think not having a father figure in certain men's lives in the ends that kind of shaped how their mindset?
1,000,000%, yeah, man, 1,000,000%. Obviously, there is gonna be man them in, like there was man them in the ends that had their mum and dad there that still was caught up in certain things, but I think a father figure kind of helped them. Because look at Pruny, fam.
It's true.
You get me? Big up my guy Pruny, fam.
Yeah.
Like Pruny was on the roads, but at the same time Pruny had to be home. Cause Pops is on job. You see what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man. Like I think having a Pops there still kind of helped, even guided me because he taught me to have a trade from young, and then I got my qualification to be a painting decorator.
But you do it on the hill, innit? On the
Brixton Hill, yeah. And my dad was teaching in the college. So it's like I'm bunning at these times, I'm hiding from my dad, smoking. You get me? And now I'm 17, I'm like 17, 18.
You was young them times.
This is what I'm saying,
because I wasn't on nothing. I was just like, wow, where you going? You're like, yeah, I'm going to my painting decorating course.
Yeah, you remember, innit? I was
day.
always on it. And I think them time I just got my flat now, like, yeah, I'm around 17, 18. My dad's like, you need to do something, like, obviously he's bringing me on jobs from young, showing me raw, that, and he brought all my uncles in, innit? So it's like they all got a trade as a decorator and they've done well. Like some of them bought houses, properties, everything. So it's like rah, man's got to try and work in it. So I was always taught to work as well, even though man was trying to balance it with the streets, innit? You get me?
So how did you feel when your mum passed? There's something that we haven't really spoke about. Something that I feel like you don't really talk about. Yeah,
that is something that, yeah, bro, it was hard, fam. I can't even lie. Like, man was in bin, innit? So, because man's locked up, it was hard to kind of take in, innit? Like, losing man's mum, that was my figure, innit? Because obviously my dad and my mum broke up. So, growing up, my mum was there, innit? And, like, my mum, she understood man more, innit? You knew my mum, innit? Yeah. So, she was she was from the hood, fam. Real talk, she's a hood white woman, fam. Irish, you get me? She knew her roots. And she was just like, yeah, man, but it hurt, man. It was hard, fam. But as man grew older, man's learned to live it and understand that, like, that's a part of life, innit? Like, lost my big sister, you get me? And then we even growing up, we lost Dre, we lost Mana. Not trying to compare that to my mum, but understanding that as a human being, we was born, and, you know, we all get taken away. And man don't want to lose no one, innit? But it's just something that man has to kind of go through.
How did you feel when you lost Dre? Where was you at the time that Dre died?
Bro, I was in my flat, fam. That's what I'm saying. I got the call, and they were saying it was Conan, innit? Big up Conan. It was Conan's birthday, innit?
Crept or Conan, one of them two.
Not Conan, sorry, Krept.
It's Crep's birthday.
It was Crep's birthday in Streatham Ice Rink. And fucking...
Did everyone tell you to go?
Yeah, I was meant to go.
Yeah, everyone's telling me to come.
Yeah.
I never forget that day.
Man, them was all calling me, like, yo, come. I'm like, Ross, Crep's birthday. Oh, big the man up, innit? Like, but I didn't really want to go because I knew what kind of thing in Ice Rink, Streatham. That's a lack. Like, if I'm sleeping, fam, I get a call at, like, I can't remember, like, clock in the morning. Bare calls and I got a text. Oh, Jay's dead, bro. I'm like, well, Jay got shot. I'm like, pardon? What? Yo, whoa. Bare man them's called me, fam. I'm like, huh, Dre? What Dre? Like, what we talking about? Yeah, Andre. I'm like, what? How?
Yeah, I was confused.
And the man them are breaking it down to man. And that's when I knew it was a lack because I'm like, raw. When man was like, some man must have busted the back door and let a certain squad in or whatever. Then when that squad's come in, the Donny that's in there with the ting, obviously he's lurking and he's caught a chance, isn't it? Because everyone's man them's run up in the ting, you know. That's what I'm hearing. That they've run up in the ting. Everyone's partying, whatever. And then when they run up like to rob people and that, they use like fuck it, boom, and saw Donny's ting or whatever. That's what I'm hearing. And then man tried to run on the ice. God bless him, man. That was bro. That hurt me, fam. Because you know, man grew with Dre, Gideon. You get me, Tarek, all of them, fam. Like that, like they were like family, fam. So that hurt, man. That was sad, still. That was really sad, man.
At that moment when he died, I remember exactly where I was because T1 called me and he said, "Look, Dre died," and I was like, "What, Dre?" Yeah. I thought he was talking about Dre.
Yeah, nah,
DJ Dre. So I was like, DJ Dre. I didn't feel nothing. I was like, oh, DJ Dre's gone. I was like, boy, it's a cold world, isn't it?
Nah, you can't do that.
No, but not being bad man, but like he weren't my peoples.
Yeah,
like,
no, Dre, that's my guy, blood.
He weren't my peoples, so I'm just
they're
like,
both my guys, still different.
I didn't really feel nothing. I wasn't really like,
nah, Dre's my
bro. Certain man on the hill, man, I'd love for you.
Everyone had different connections, innit?
It was like if you went, then I'm like, bro, well, that's sad to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But after, man said no. Gideon Dre. I was like, huh?
Yeah, bro.
I was like, what? You lost your mind. I was with him about a few days ago. Because remember, he used to drive his mum's car. Do you remember?
100%.
He was like 15 and he was driving his mum's car.
Man and say, come, jump in.
Jump in. And we was young and was like, yeah.
I wasn't even smoking them times. That's how.
Let's just drive. And he would just drive somewhere.
Bro, I used to ride my Mongoose with him and that. Like, he took me out to, like, him and T1 and
that's when we was back again.
Yeah, bro, we was back again before DSK, before everything. And that's another time when we used to link up.
Oh, that's when we used to do back again.
Exactly. Before, like, with Juice and that, you get me? Because them man there were probably in yard at that time causing bare trouble. Because them man, they were troublesome.
That was young. Brothers. We was young them times. I remember that.
Yeah, bro. So that hurt me, man. And all these things traumatized man to say, you know what, the road thing's mad. And then when man found out, bro, what happened, this, that, man's telling man bare politics. I'm like, huh? Huh? This, that? Oh, man. So that was sad as well, man. That was a loss still. That was a real loss for all of us. For every single one of us. Even Krept talks about it in his bar, like, on the link up, that one of their behind bars they done, one of the first ones. Because it was at his ting, and Dre's his guy. Dre attended for your birthday, bro, so you have to pay homage. Also, R.I.P. to Mana, fam. You get me? R.I.P. to Mana as well, man. Ezra, fam. That's man's brother, man. Trust me, man.
Yeah, so, see, losing people growing up, what effect did it have on you mentally?
Bruv, just like raw, like, man, like, even man's explaining the story, man, got nicked. It's like, sometimes man thinks they're still here, bro. That's how real it is. Like, it's like, bro, how's man just gone? And especially at that young age, it's like man's only like taking it in as a big man. Like fuck, man's actually lost friends in these streets. You know, proper friends that used to sit with them, chill. More proper brethrens. Like man had beef or whatever. Not even that man was in trouble. They've got man, fam. Man, they're not here, bro. And they got lost due to violence in the streets. And the amount of things that I've seen, and I wake up every day and say, life's a blessing, man. You get me? Real talk.
Definitely so, bro. Definitely so.
Real talk.
So if you had a message for your younger self, what would you have said to your younger self? If you had a message for your younger self, what would you have said to him?
You know what? Stay in school for one. Stay in school. Listen to the teachers. And that's hard to even tell someone young. Like I speak to my niece. Like my niece she's in secondary school and that she's a good girl. She's smart. Everything. I know her potential in it. So I reason with her. I'm like, don't worry, man. Car. Stay in school. Listen to the teachers. You get me? Because that's one thing I would say. Stay in school. You get me? And certain opportunities I had, like even when I was in college, I could have went on to do like level 2, level 3, but my head was too hot. I'm having passes with other students. It's just like, yeah, man. Think before I do certain things. You get me? But at the same time, like that experience made me who I am now, innit? So I like to be real. I want to change it, innit? Like as messed up as it seems, I can't say I would change it, even though I would love to, innit? You get me? But it's made me who I am, and it's made me wiser. You see what I'm trying to say? It's made you wiser, and all of the man them that have kind of come out of this thing. So I'm trying to say,
The elders manipulated the youngsters in your area.
when we was growing up,
Yeah.
100%. Like I want to say all of them though, because like Obs taught man, like he taught man a lot of smart things. Like he was even doing carpentry. I remember one time when he was doing carpentry, and I was like to him, yeah, I remember my dad was telling me to do painting. He's like, yeah, bro, get your trade, fam.